I gave you a chance. Don't often see the sun. It's worth the wait. What a view.
I'm gonna kill you. Good enough.
My steel.
If it's a mercenary you're looking for, you found him. There's no stronger sword arm for hire in all Skyrim. If you change your mind, seek me out here.
Looking for me? You know, you never ask me how I'm feeling. Yes? Apologies for giving you the cold shoulder.
It was a good try. Really think you could beat us?
Blood.
When I get out of here, I'll kill you all myself. What? Who are you? You're not with the Thalmor, are you? Quick, get me free from here before more come.
Kaidan. My name is Kaidan.
The Thalmor invited me to high tea. What do you think? I don't know. Some Justicars ambushed me outside of Falkreath. You're a lifesaver. healer. That's a special gift you have. Wait, there's one more thing. Wait, there's one more thing. One of the Thalmor got his hands on my sword. I know I've got no right to ask, but I could use your help in getting it back. Headed deeper into the prison, and with luck, he's cornered like a rat. I appreciate it.
Death is the only way out of your misery. You can't hide from it. No more! I yield! I yield! Mercy!
Just full blood.
Son of a bitch had it coming. I can't thank you enough.
I think it would be best to
I
get
know
on
you didn't
with
have to
what
help
we're
me.
here to do. This place seems to be sinking.
The question on everyone's mind, even mine. The sword belonged to my mother. I never knew her, but it's my only real clue to finding out who she was. Listen, I owe you my life, and I'm not a man who's comfortable being in debt. If you ever have need of me, I'd be glad to fight alongside you till that debt is repaid. I am your sword and shield.
Dawnguard, eh? Can't say I've ever heard of them. But anyone willing to kill those bloodsuckers has my approval. We should look into it.
Well, how rude for those two to talk to an old woman like that. I hope her instincts are true and that her son is still alive. You don't say much, do you? That's all right. I prefer the strong, silent type.
Quietly.
You found the rest of my gear. Mind if I get that armor back? It's been my second skin for years now.
Aha! My tent! I thought for sure those fucking Thalmor would have left it behind. Well now, that'll be coming in handy as we travel. No, not like this one. Just you fucking wait. I made it myself. There ain't any other tent like it in all of Skyrim. You'll see.
I've got your back.
Hey. I hope we find some good loot in here. This place looks promising. Sounds good.
Yes? Say what you want about the Thalmor, but we do look fierce in our uniforms.
Let's get what we need. Get out of here. Did you hear that? It's freezing cold here. Can't imagine the Dunmer that settled here felt at home.
She was my master. Just a small girl when I answered her
Looks
call.
like the place was flooded.
Bound by
Surely
the
there's
summoning
veins down
ritual. She was my master. I do not recall the name of my wife, or if I had one, for that is a life now twice removed. Just shades, colors, feelings, the sound of gears churning, a whistle of steam, and a great contraption that mapped the stars. I recall ambling across a great bridge that shimmered like glass. Or was that after? I am no dwarf, I promise you that. There are indeed functioning orreries across that real, however, and their descriptions do fit. The events of the Great War had weakened the Guard, and the Falmer, once content to ambush caravans, had grown more brazen. They were kidnapping children from their homes. A storm came that night. Heavy rain pelted the rooftops. Thunder shook the earth. The Falmer broke in through the cellar. They skulked up the stairs and split into two groups. Two bound for the parents, one for the child. It was the screams of her mother that woke her. She opened her eyes to a smell, a foul to clear. As she grew older, she would recall with vivid detail the horror of that face, from the rills in its cheeks to the keyhole shape of its snout, as if it were a door to a dark and foreboding underworld. She does not recall what happened next, but I do. Somehow the girl had raised her hands and conjured my spirit from the void. Bound to her will, I vanquished the Thalma quickly, sensing our link was fading, knowing I had little time. That is how I met Fiona. You are right. The link between the conjurer and the conjured is tenuous. Only a master mage can summon a creature that will remain in perpetuity. Fiona, on the other hand, was only a child. She had not an ounce of magical talent, and yet through sheer will, she was able to summon me again and again. As the years went on, our bond only grew stronger, and as such, so did my ties to this world. Last I saw her, she was in Whiterun, I believe, at the Hall of Iverstead. The day she joined was the day we parted. The companions forbid the use of magic, and Fiona thought it best that she never conjure me again. Yet my body did not return to the void. For days I walked the plains of Whiterun Hold, waiting for the end that never came. Days turned to weeks, and weeks to months, and months to years. I was her familiar, her guardian, and above all, her friend. I tried to watch from afar, but Whiterun is a place with far too many memories. When I look at the walls, I see her on the ledge, mesmerized by the tapestry of stars. If I walk through the tundra, I see her chasing the butterflies, entranced by their subtle waltz. Most of all, I hear her laughter in the rumble of the river, and feel her smile in the warmth of the sun. The memories brighten my soul for an instant, until they remind me of what I have lost. Fiona's childhood steeled her resolve to become strong, but the memory of that Thalma scared her away from melee combat. She never showed any other magical ability besides the one, but quickly adapted to another long-range weapon. She began as a thief, stealing bread and jewelry from the market stalls, trading her profits for a poorly made bow. At night she snuck behind the companion hall and engaged in target practice while I kept watch from under the pavilion. She lacked the strength at first. Even when she switched from thievery to hunting, it was I who did the fighting on her behalf. But slowly that started to change. An elk would die at my feet before I could strike it with my axe. In time, the wolves would not even finish howling before she had dropped them to the ground. Yes, just as she had been developing her skill as an archer, she had been maturing as a woman. She would tell me how she spent the day's coin drinking in the taverns and listening to the bards. She began to hunt on her own, both in the wild and in the city. Gradually, then suddenly, she ceased to conjure. It was only to tell me she had been accepted into the companions that she summoned me to say goodbye. She walked into the hall of Iverstead, and I never saw her again. The hall of Iverstead, or the great mead hall of Sovngarde, or she may have returned home to set right what was wronged. It is I who should thank you. Sometimes saving a soul requires neither strength nor sorcery. Only your ears and the compassion to listen. I had come here once before with my master Fiona. It is a cold, empty place, and its aura feels much like the void. I stay in this cell to detach myself from that which is above ground, in hopes that I may forget my sorrow.
Quietly. Smell like a Reekling right now.
Let's get what we need and get out of here.
I'm not a fan of getting wet, but I suppose it's better than being dry and thirsty.
Oh, I love the rain.
Seems the heavens are all
better if we were in the sun.
dry. Pretty loose.
So much history.
Your name? Where are you from, if you don't mind my asking?
I wish I knew. But I'm trying to find out.
Let's find some shelter from this rain.
as his namesake would have you believe, eh? Judging by that book he had, he probably died with a smile on his face. So
All right. Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish. Then I guess that's your
come
last
on then!
request.
It's a fight you'll get! You want her? You'll have to get through me first.
I do what I do, and if you don't like it,
Freeze!
Says goodbye. What? Goodbye.
My favorite weather for a meal. That whole predator stalking me on this racket. It's fine where
you don't know who you're messing with.
I have something for you. It's a Nord warhorn, carved from a bit of tusk. You can use it if we ever get separated. I'll hear it, and I'll be able to find you.
Sure.
Aye, we ought to make camp.
Aye, alright.
his ugly red head rolled all round on the floor.
Yes?
Aye. I think we've
You
earned
would
it.
think your housecarls would keep this place in pristine condition. Amateurs.
You need something, blood? Your wish, my command.
You leave
However
this
that
place
goes.
for a couple of days and it
Made.
becomes a pigsty. Something on your mind? You have a guest bedroom, right?
Yes, boss? I'll be right here. If you want to change your clothes or wash, don't worry. I'll look the other way. Yeah, I could use a break.
Anyone ever teach you how to make a proper campfire? Fieldcraft, yeah. Wish that boy could see me now. I'm so happy.
Itty bitty living space.
You wish to talk? I'm all pointy ears. Say what you want about the Thalmor, but we do look fierce in our uniforms.
Aye. I notice you've been reading a lot. So I built you a place to keep some of your books. Well, it's nothing fancy, but I made sure it's sturdy, so it'll hold a fair amount of them. Good. I'm glad you like it. Aye. Guess I owe you that. I'd been trying to find a way to cross the border into Pale Pass. In the meantime, I'd been picking up bounty contracts to keep some coin in my pocket. I must have drawn too much attention to myself. I'd been camping by the lake when they ambushed me.
Seems the Thalmor don't ever need much evidence to bring in a suspect. They took one look at that sword, decided I'd be a good target for interrogation, and dragged me off to that abandoned prison. Brynjar used to say, if you're not a little afraid, you're not understanding the situation. Fear I can deal with easily enough. But there was a moment or two when I started to think it really would be the end for me. The Thalmor would never have let me go, no matter what I told them. You faced down mortality too. Perhaps you know the feeling. You really are formidable, aren't you? I could almost feel sorry for your enemies. Probably. And I'll be ready for them. Live and learn, right?
I can't thank you enough for rescuing me. I'll never forget it. Eh? Ah, the workbench and that. Aye. Well, the way you've been swinging that hammer around any forge, you see, I figured you'd use one. Well, if you're offering, I won't be saying no, eh?
Aye, I'm alright. Just glad to be out of that disgusting place and breathing fresh air again.
How about you?
I like the thought of a rest. Sure thing.
You're good in a fight, but there's always room to improve. My guardian used to say that the day I stopped training would be the day I accepted dying. Aye, I'd like that. I've got a few tricks I could show you, although I think I'll be doing a fair bit of learning as well. I'm intrigued. What were you getting up to before you rescued me? By the gods. I am sorry you went through that. And I'm glad you survived.
You know, I'm curious about you. Where are you from? Aye, you've got it to look about you. You must have a great love for this kingdom.
What? I thought it'd come in handy with what you've been working on your smithing, eh? Besides, keeps the place toasty and warm, it does. It's slightly lighter than it looks. Given how good you've gotten with a bow, be good to keep those skills sharp, eh? Oh, anytime you like. You collect a fair bit of plants and things, and I thought it'd be a good idea if you had a place to grow the ones that you use the most.
Should we be giving hats to the homeless?
I'm glad. Just do me a favour and don't be planting any fungal pods, eh? No, I don't. It's not mine. It just wandered in. It looked hungry. I couldn't let it starve, could I? Oh, fine. The truth is he reminds me of myself a bit. He's a fucking scrappy bastard with scars that hasn't got a home or anyone who cares about him. Cat. His name is Cat. And I don't have a cat. What do you need?
Oh? What about?
No, not at all.
Take what you need.
What do you need? Hit me! Not literally. Now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Somewhere here in Skyrim, there's a Dwemer ruin called Doomsbethar. I came across a text referring to it in my last few months at the Arcane University. Dwemerus is a fiddly language, often the same words can have multiple meanings, but I'm fairly sure it translates loosely to bound ghosts. It piqued my curiosity. The use of soul gems in Dwemer automatons is well documented, but no one really knows much about their purpose or function. I thought perhaps this place of bound ghosts might be something to do with that, so I did some more research, but I just can't find the location. My father's looking into it for me while I'm here on my expedition. If he finds anything, he's going to let me know. Alright then. I'll be right here.
This feels good.
It's like travelling with a damn shadow sometimes. How do you move about so silently?